You gotta adjust your John.
I gotta adjust.
Watching or listening to Forget Being Cool. We discuss the things you love.
It's the Forget Being Cool podcast for May 22nd, 2020. My name... John's already laughing. I don't even know why. My name's Dave Moore. Of course, you know that if you've listened to this show before. If you haven't, just want to warn you, the show's about whatever John and I want it to be about. My co-host, as we've discussed, is Johnny Casino, my main man on the internet. Hi, John.
Dave, the joy of being the person who runs the soundboard and hits the button that starts the show means that like I'm in control of what's said right beforehand, or hitting it when I hear you say something right beforehand. And so I did that this time, and the look on your face was what made me laugh for a while.
I tried to make a joke. And then John cut me off with a clip. John, can we talk about clips, by the way?
Sure, Dave.
Yeah, well
Dave, we can talk about whatever we want.
I just want to complain about the fact that you played our ad for our own show twice the last two episodes, even though you haven't played it.
Yeah.
Now, can I tell you, because our show's in my podcatcher, right?
Wait, Dave. Have you ever thought?
Okay, that's it. That's all you need. That's all you needed to play. Now, let me tell you something. So our show's in my podcatcher. I leave it in there mostly so that I see it go in, right? Like,
yeah, hey, me too.
I just want to make sure it went through. Sometimes I just want to like check in and make sure you're editing quality audio. Like, I just want to pop in there occasionally.
Okay.
So our episode started playing after whatever I was listening to. I don't even remember, right?
Yeah.
And that ad starts playing, and I had instant flashbacks to college and editing, and like noticed that there's like one horrible problem with that ad.
Does it come in too hot?
It's the first second, and you go, the first thing you do in editing, the first time you edit a commercial in college, because that's like the first thing you're gonna do. You're gonna make a bumper or a commercial like that because it's super easy. Okay.
Yeah.
The first thing you're gonna do is learn how to cut the breaths out.
Okay,
and I'm not like, this is a podcast. This is a live to tape podcast. Yeah. We don't go through and cut every breath out. You hear me breathing all the time. I hate it, but I know it's a thing, and it's on the recording, right?
Sure.
And I'm not going through and cutting all those out. But on like a 30-second bit, you should cut all the breaths out.
Okay, so it's funny. It's funny you should mention this, right? So I write reviews and some other things for the Megadads. And we do reviews, which are the report cards, which, by the way, I texted them your thought about the report cards and everything. And it started the longest conversation with debates about half stars and all these other things that went on like way longer. And so first of all, I was at work. Mm-hmm. So I work a weird schedule right now, but I happen to be at work when it's like conversation was just going down the next morning. And my phone was just going off constantly, like on my wrist, because you have to my watch. I couldn't like stop and like look at the conversation to see what it was. And with the guys that are in this group, it always turns like slightly dirty and hilarious. It was all triggered by that.
I just want to clarify.
Okay.
Adam Leonard and John Wall, two men I very much respect in the podcast and creating space, right?
Sure.
You're telling me that they started a brand of reviews called Report Cards, and this conversation legitimately hadn't come up before now?
I don't think so. Or maybe it had, and I just wasn't part of it before. I just don't remember it. I've slept, I've drank, whatever since that time period.
Maybe I need to be in these meetings. I think we.
So
here's the thing. I just want to be a consultant on the Megadads. I don't want to write any reviews. Maybe I'll co-write something with you for giggles. But
giggles. It makes it sound like you're going to co-write something for me for like a website called Giggles. Hold on, consensus.
Hold on, John.
Yeah.
In our upcoming podcast, funny or not, who knows, right?
Yeah.
Can we have a segment called Giggles?
I think it needs more to the name, but write that down. Do not forget the word giggles. Put that down on something, and we will come back and address this. At some point, we will have something with the word giggles in it. I don't know what that'll be, but I like the idea.
Okay.
So the end consensus was they didn't want to change it from what they were doing with the stars because it was too big of a change and whatever else. But we did go from having 5 stars to 5 full stars are your only options, or to having half stars, which I don't know. I don't feel real strong one way or the other, except for I just reviewed a game where I needed a half star to really make it do what I did. Speaking of which, I just got done playing this game. It came out today. As of recording, it came out today. The review might come out tomorrow on the Megadeads.
Is this
Might
Red
come
Wings?
out Friday. It's Red Wings, dude. This game. I read the review. Just go read my review.
John, you're telling me to read.
Okay, listen to it tomorrow on the podcast. It comes out
I can
on
do
the
that.
Megadad's feed. Listen to my review. It's the longest one I've written. It's only about 7 minutes long, but it was like 1,800 words, which is kind of longer than I normally do for a review because I'm not the person who wants to write a novel for a review, right? Like, and I'm not a flowery writer like some of the other people do. Like, and I say that, I don't say that negatively towards other people. I just say it as like some people put more creativity, and mine is more technical, maybe almost in my writing style, just because that's what the background I come from.
At least I don't have to read.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to read. But Dave, this all brings me back to when I record these, at the beginning of every paragraph, you can hear that breath.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, I was straight cutting that out. And then the later ones, I wasn't sure how important that is to cut that breath out. And I'm always having to shorten the gap between paragraphs because usually I stop for a second, swallow, take a breath, maybe get a drink, whatever, and then read the next paragraph. Mm-hmm. And then when I screw up, I just start over the paragraph and then I edit it all, whatever. So now I'm going to have to make sure I take that breath out every time, just for you, Dave.
Just that first one. It's just that first audible. Yeah. If you checked out the cool podcast on the Day Space Podcast Network, it's called Forget Being Cool. Dave and John recorded Monday.
That's so not what my ad said. Oh, Dave, I have a question for you. So, yes. A few weeks back, we decided we're going to start asking ourselves questions about our next project, the one when we have to go week by week, right? No more 3 days a week. And I have the question we need to answer today.
Okay.
Do we open up the show and be like, let them know what's coming? Like, okay, so we're doing this sketch comedy-ish segmented show. We've decided that, and I think it's amazing. But do we sit there and be like, on today's show, and maybe find a more creative way to say it, but effectively, on today's show, bam, 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 and bam. Or no.
This is going to be a creative liberty. We have to decide when we do the show. So do you have an initial thought? So I have two gut reactions. One, I hate when shows do that.
Okay.
Like I like when it's like inside-y kind of jokes, like the morning stream does, where it's like these one-liner jokes they did, and then they're like recommendals, tech time, and more on this episode of the morning stream. Like I'm like okay with that. But my first gut reaction is I want us to open with the banter because that's what you and I do so well, naturally. But when this is a show that's like based on bits, part of me wants to open it up with like, on this special episode of Forget Being Cool, special guest Sean Capri appears alongside John Wall and blah, blah,
okay.
almost to say that the opening thing is a bit in itself, right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so two things with what you just said right there. One, if we do anything and ever say on a special edition of, we have to find that music they use for like Blossom and Saved by the Bell and whatever else, we're like on a very special edition of, and then obviously you learn something about why Jessie should not be taking caffeine pills to stay awake to study for her tests. Right? That, by the way, Jessie on Saved by the Bell, if you're a Saved by the Bell fan or not, but I can't remember, Elizabeth something or another. Berkeley, I think, is the actress's name. You really should not take these caffeine pills because it leads to you doing like a stripper movie next that destroys your career. Like, this is what happened.
This is not a show that I watched.
Oh man, Saved by the Bell was a little before your time.
Just barely, and it's one of those shows that I've seen like, an episode here or there, and it's probably one of those on this very special episode where we're going to teach you that doing crack is bad, right? Like,
yeah, they never went that far with that. And now I didn't watch Blossom. Blossom was not my thing, But when anyone ever says on a very special episode of, it's always on a very special episode of Blossom.
On a very special episode of Degrassi was probably more my era.
Did Degrassi do very special episodes?
I don't know if they ever did you're watching a very special episode of Degrassi. Like, I don't know if they ever did that bit.
They did that.
But they definitely...
They did that on like these ones.
They definitely did episodes that were geared in that direction. Like, there's definitely a couple specific episodes of Degrassi that I got shown several times, like, in school.
Dave,
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dave, we have to, and we cannot do this very often, and we have to highly plan it out. We've got to do a very special episode of Funny or Not, Who Knows, at some point, and we got to make sure every segment
It's a
has
really
this, like,
serious
sad undertone.
Yeah.
And so, like, we do more pop, less flop. It'll be for some toy that ended up being like this terrible thing that no one should have ever used and like hurt people or something like that.
Yeah. Like something that went horribly wrong.
And if we do the segment called like "Will this kill you?" the answer at the end has to be yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like stay away from this thing. It will kill you.
Like immediately. That's like it's a super short segment. It's the shortest segment of Will It Kill You?
It'd be like, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That bit is we take a really long time of the segment just to describe like this process that will kill you, and then like we're like, so John, do you think that'll kill you? And you're like, yes.
Dave, oh my God. Okay, I have a segment idea.
Okay, ready.
Okay, hold on. First of all, do not let me forget I have the segment idea and what that segment idea is, Dave. Okay. I need to give a special thanks out to Skinny Matt real quick. So Skinny Matt sent me another a suggestion for the more pop, less flop. We will do it probably on the next episodes. We have a little bit of gap between episodes that have that in there. But what really got me about this, I was like, oh man, thanks for the suggestion. And his response was, thanks for the segment. And I was like, oh my God, like that felt good.
Yeah.
When someone's like, thanks for this segment, it's like, oh, we found something good here.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, Matt. Which, by the way, I met him about 6 months ago, by the way, during Extra Life.
I see how it is, going and meeting other people. Not just skipping out and coming to PA to hang out with me. I see how it is. I
cannot wait to come back to Pennsylvania. I seriously cannot wait to come back, see my other friends up there, but also drive over and see you and Rachel. By the way, did Rachel tell you I spent like an hour hanging out with her today in Animal Crossing?
She did. I hear you wanted consulting on your island, and you were like, "Yeah, no, I don't really like any of your ideas." So
no. Okay, hold on a second. No.
That's the story she told me. He's like, John doesn't like any of my ideas, and I'm you know what? John doesn't like any of my ideas either. Rachel, don't be upset. This is a John thing. This is a John problem. Wait, hold on. I just want to clarify that Sean doesn't like ideas. Okay.
Hold on. She's going to hear this.
I know she is. That's fine.
And yeah, no. You need to make sure she hears this, so I will not text her about this.
Okay.
Her idea, the whole reason I wanted her to come on was to help me figure out what I wanted to do with my museum. I could not figure out where I put it. I'm actually going to put it where she suggested.
Okay.
The thing that I texted her about afterwards was that I had built a new bridge, and I had a bunch of like walkways and stuff. And I went to build an incline, and I did not like the incline that went with the bridge that I made before. So now I am changing all my bridges and inclines to match this incline that I made. But because of that, now my roads won't go with the bridges and inclines. So now I'm gonna have to go through and change all my roads as well.
Welcome.
That's what I messaged her about. Like that's the thing I wasn't happy with. It had nothing to do with her visit. This was something completely unrelated.
Welcome to Animal Crossing. This is the thing I've realized is anybody who says they're done with this game is a liar. They also rush through it by time traveling. Let me tell you something, John.
Okay, tell me something, and then I have to get back to my segment idea.
This realization I have with this is every time I go, man, that's a cool idea, right? Animal Crossing, I go, yeah, but that affects like these 12 other things. And the only thing I'm upset about right now, John, is I realize that I'm going to be waiting to build this robot for like a year. And that's if I play every day for a year.
Here's the thing, though. okay. We are missing one. Well, besides some of the parts, right? The rusty parts, we're missing one DIY, right? That if either one of us gets, or Rachel or Amy or whatever gets it,
right,
then we'll be fine. But we need the rusted parts, right?
Yeah, so we need the rusted parts, and the problem with that is Gulliver comes once every 2 weeks, roughly. That's like what the spawn rate is. He can show up more often than that, but like realistically, he's going to show up once per 2 weeks, and he's only going to give you one rusted part, even if two people on the same island both do it for you. He's going to show up in the lost and found box. Now, my question is, if you take the parts, like the computer parts that you dig up, and don't give them to him, and then he leaves, do they just rust in your pocket? Because that would be great.
So at some point, when Ryan was first on my island with me, we ended up with a lot of rusted parts, and I don't know why. Like he went through the whole thing and gave him some, and then I went through the whole thing and also gave him like his parts he needed. Mm-hmm. We ended up with a bunch of rusted parts afterwards. Now, granted, I had no idea what they were for, and I think they ended up getting thrown out, sold, something. I don't know. Ryan did something with them.
Same. I don't know what happened to them.
So I don't know. Dave.
Yeah. I have 3 rusted parts, which means I need to get 27, which roughly at every 2 weeks means I'm going to be checking for Gulliver every week for a year.
Yeah, and you know what? As much as I want that robot, there's also part of me, it's like something to work for, you know?
Yeah, no, it definitely is an incentive, although I know that if I'm really playing this for a year to get that robot, it is going to be extremely disappointing when I finally put it up. I'll be like, well, that was my game. Here you go.
Yeah,
there's my damn robot. And it won't be that cool, and it'll be that more disappointing. And I'll be like, well.
Here'd be the funny part, Dave. If it was so big that you literally would have to completely clear out your entire island to be able to allow it to put it down. Because like anywhere else you try to put it down, it's like, I'm sorry, there's not enough room here. And you're just like, ah.
Yeah, once again, we have to rearrange my entire island just to accommodate for the robot.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my idea, Dave.
Okay. You got a segment idea.
I have a segment. I don't have a name for it yet. It's not going to be called Giggles. You and I.
Hold on. The segment name for the Giggles one should be not about giggles. Oh, I've got a segment idea.
Okay. Tell it to me after I tell you mine. Okay. So I don't have a name for this one. And we need to do this one at least once. This is one that we need to do at least once and see how it goes. Mm-hmm. You and I pull up a YouTube video.
Okay.
We do not show it. Like, you have it on yours, I have it on mine. We have to like hit play at the same time type thing. Right? Okay. And we both just react to the video. And that's it. It's just us reacting to the video for 5 minutes, whatever the video is. Now, because here's what popped this in my head, right? On this very special episode we do, the whole reaction would be like, "Oh God, no! Oh God, no! Oh God, no! Oh, ooh, oh no! Oh, not again!" Like, that's all it would be.
This is a bad idea.
Dave, yes, it is, which is why it would never be a complete show. But I'd say it's worth doing once.
I agree with that. Gonna hear my giggles idea?
Oh God, yes, please.
The best idea I have for that is I come up with a comedy bit, or you come up with a comedy bit, like a stand-up comedy bit.
Oh my God, this is okay. Hold on, this is already starting out cringeworthy.
That's why it's so good. The point of it, John, is to make the other person laugh.
Okay.
So the one
just once each.
The one person needs to keep straight. That's their goal, right? Respond straightly, be straight. They can't laugh. The other one's goal is to make the other one laugh.
I mean, could you call it like the straight man, or
I feel like that's taken in enough context.
Well, I mean, that was kind of the joke. Like, give it like a double meaning, obviously. But like, the straight man in a comedy group though is the one who like doesn't tells jokes but tells them with a straight face. The other guy's the goofier one, and the one guy like basically never laughs.
Right.
And the straight man is always an amazing part in everything I've seen.
Right.
So, Okay. I'm down for this. I
think
will write a short stand-up bit just for this.
Okay.
Which I've never done.
Right. That's why it'll be so good.
Or so bad.
Because my goal would be not to laugh, but it'll be so cringeworthy that I'll laugh, not because it's funny, but because it's
hold on a
so
second.
bad.
It could be hilarious.
It could be.
I could tell this. Someone could hear it, and it could launch my stand-up comedy career, Dave.
Yes, John, and then you'll abandon me for the nightclubs and the cruise ships.
I'll take I would never do a cruise ship. I would do. Okay, I would love to be a stand-up comic. I think that'd be a great life, even if it pays nothing. I mean, I couldn't do it now. I have a family to support, but like if I was a single guy and a little bit younger, I'd love to do it. I'd work the club super late at night, all this stuff, right? It'd be so much fun. I think. What do I know? But the cruise ships, never.
Never. Is that because of the current state of the world we're in, or is that just because...
No. I just wouldn't want to do it. So I think I brought up a show called Avenue 5 not too long ago with Hugh Laurie from House, and it's about a cruise ship in space, and something goes wrong, and you're kind of stuck up there. There's a guy on there, and I think did you ever watch that movie about the alternate timeline where the Beatles ever existed, and that one guy knows the only guy that remembers
yesterday?
the Beatles?
Yeah, I actually like that movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it was really fantastic. So I think it was the main guy from Yesterday is in this. He's an Indian guy, right?
It's been a little while.
Okay, I think it's him.
I'd recognize him if I saw him, but yeah. Yeah,
like Dave Patel or something like that, I believe is his name.
I don't know his name.
I think that's the guy in this, and he is the comedian like on this thing. So they show him doing these like stand-up bits, but like no one ever laughs, even though they're kind of funny, and it's so good the way he plays this the humor is so dry, and it's so good. It's so good. And then there's a scene where they think they're running out of air, and so no one's allowed to like laugh or have like conversation that's not important. So he's up there.
Hold on, John. Hold on. Not essential.
Yes, that's actually how they word it. You can't have non-essential conversations, right?
You can't do non-essential trips to the store either. Sorry,
yeah.
I had to let that out. Okay.
So he's up there and he's like this is my joke about podcasting. No one listens, right? Like stuff like that, where like he skips through the whole joke and just gives like this half punchline, and then like no one laughs. Oh man, it's Avenue 5's good. Go watch Avenue 5.
Go watch Yesterday as well.
Also, I started. Are you a fan of The Office? You're a fan of The Office, right?
Oh my God, John, have we?
Yes. Oh yeah, it's right. You're watching Office Girls.
Office
ladies. Office women of the office.
Women in the office. 2 doctors, 1 lady in the office.
Oh God, that sounded. Ooh, that's the dirty version. That's the dirty. That's ooh.
That's the crossover with that other show you watch about Scrubs or listen to about Scrubs.
It's funny. Amy and I were talking about it some. So I played one episode of The Office Ladies for her, and she liked it, but we talked about she didn't like the banter.
Right, and you told her that's all our show is.
That's all we have, yeah. But I listened to an episode of that and the Scrubs one today because I had to drive, and it's a 45-minute drive each way to work. Mm. And I was comparing the difference between them, and it's so funny how on Office Ladies, they really dive into every episode, all the background stuff, all the weird little things. They really go almost minute by minute on this episode. And on the Scrubs one, they might mention the episode twice in some episodes, or they're like barely talking about it, but most of it's just like the banter and stuff. Oh, okay.
The conversation with Oscar was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. That was good. Oscar's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the guy who basically made The Office in the U.S., right? He was a guest.
Greg Daniels.
Yes, Greg Daniels. So he has a new show that is on Amazon called Upload.
Yeah.
Check it out. Everyone should check out Upload. It's pretty damn good. And I'm only 2 episodes in, maybe?
Isn't it like Total Recall or something, kind of?
I cannot tell you anything about Total Recall. It has been a very long time. So basically, the concept of the show is that before you die, you can get uploaded into like basically a computer, and so you are in
you get put into like a virtual server world. I've heard they've talked about this on Office Ladies.
Yeah, that's how I found out about it.
Yeah.
And it just came out on Amazon like a week ago, maybe. It's funny, but it's also a little bit heartfelt, and it's I don't know, it's really good. Like I really, really enjoy it. But I'm only a few episodes in.
This is a Prime show.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. As long as you have Amazon Prime, which God, who in the world doesn't have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, no, you get it basically for free with your bag of chips at the store at this point.
Sure.
What? How do I word this? Is it actually good, John, or is it just a show you're watching because you have it to watch? And also, is it doing the stupid Amazon Prime thing where like I have to wait every week to week to week? Because if I
No. It is. And actually, most Amazon Prime shows are out as a whole.
I feel like they don't do that with all the shows.
I think there might be a couple. Hulu, I know, had a couple that didn't do that, where it came week to week. No, this is all out. At least it's all out right now, and I think it just came out.
I just want to binge it. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, do it. I want to say the first episode's like an hour long, and then after that they're half-hour episodes. It's legit good. Like it's not I'm bored, whatever, because I don't have that issue right now with everyone being home and everything.
I don't really have that issue either.
But it's good. Like I said, it has like the serious moments ish to it, like kind of like a lighter serious moments, but then it's also really funny. And I like there's a scene where the main character, right, obviously dies.
It's not a fake documentary though. Just want to clarify.
No, it's nothing like that. Nothing like that. If you want that, you got to watch like What Lies in the Shadows, which I believe someone else from The Office went from Office to Parks and Rec to What Lies in the Shadows. But the main guy gets uploaded.
Wait.
Right?
Like somebody went from like a character or like a person who worked on the show.
I think it's
because Andy from The Office was supposed to be a character in Parks and Rec. He's supposed to be Andy in Parks and Rec. Like originally, that's how that transfer was supposed to happen, but it didn't.
I had never heard that before.
That's the story I've heard online, and then it got changed pretty much at the last minute.
So I don't know what the exact tie is between The Office and Parks and Rec, right? But someone that works on The Office, someone behind The Office, also got behind Parks and Rec. And I don't remember what the tie was. I just remember that when it was coming out, when Parks and Rec was coming out, because it's filmed in a very, very similar way. Like it's the same show.
It's
in
not
a different location.
It's not exactly the same though.
No, but like the fact that they're talking to the cameras, and they're having those moments where they're sitting there, like
Parks
they never.
And I only watched part of Parks and Rec.
Oh, I love Parks and Rec.
Which I should watch it. I probably enjoy it.
It's a great show.
But the way that I felt it was different is it felt like, I don't know, it felt more like a cinematic story at moments. Like it was like this weird mix versus The Office always feels like a fake documentary. And Parks and Rec didn't always feel like a fake documentary. Like it suddenly shifted to break that convention.
And they don't ever address that it's a documentary happening, but yet they do the same thing where they have the talking heads and where they have, not as consistently. I didn't like the way that last season, the last couple episodes of Parks and Rec, man. I understand why they ended it the way they did, but man, it wasn't as good as like certain aspects of The Office. Anyway, What Lies in the Shadows, I believe. I think that's the name of the show. I think it's What Lies in the Shadows. It's like a vampire. It's like The Office meets vampires, right? So I've heard people say it's good. I watched it one episode. I didn't get into it, but I'm gonna give it another try.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, Upload is good. What I was gonna tell you though is that they show the person getting uploaded, and that scene is absolutely amazing. Like that entire scene of this person getting uploaded is phenomenal.
Okay, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll actually watch an Amazon Prime show because
Amazon Prime has some amazing shows. Sneaky Pete, I love Sneaky Pete.
Can I say why I don't?
Almost every Amazon show is amazing.
Can I say why I only watch Netflix shows? Because Netflix's UI is nice, and Hulu's
Amazon isn't that bad.
No, Amazon's is awful because it mixes in things I don't own with Prime shows with things I do own.
I have never had that issue. There's always that section to it that's like available with Prime, and you have to get like a weird section to find stuff that's not. Like you have to search for something to find something that's not.
Yeah, but I can't search for things that are in Prime.
I mean, you kind of can.
No, then I get pulled up results for things I can buy, or things that are available if I get the Epic subscription, or the.
Hold on, I've got to go through a list of some of these shows that you are missing out on because you are not watching Amazon Prime shows.
Okay.
Also, I'm looking at my phone right now. There is a button at the top that it must be new that you can push, and it gives you only what's free to me. Like literally, it says on there, free to me.
I want that on the TV version of Amazon Prime. Please tell me it's there. I'll find out if it's there.
It might depend on your TV. I don't know. Okay, so Fleabag. Fleabag's hilarious. I haven't finished it yet. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Love that show. First and second season. Very, very, very good. Man in the High Castle. Awesome. The Tick. I had a hard time with The Tick. The Expanse. I really, really enjoyed.
I was going to say that The Tick is maybe the one I'm most interested in other than Upload.
It's good. I think I tried watching it like at the wrong time. You should watch The Boys. The Boys was great. Jack Ryan is amazing.
The Boys is based off a comic book, though.
Yeah, it's really good, though. Goliath is really good.
Yeah, but I always want to read it first. The same reason I haven't seen Ready Player One is because I haven't read the book.
Oh, read that book, by the way. I really enjoyed it. Good Omens is great. Carnival Row is one I need to watch. I started it, but I got distracted by something else. There's so many good shows.
Well, maybe I'll watch Upload.
Watch Upload. It's worth it. And except the reason I went into it is because it's from Greg Daniels.
All I get with Prime, the only thing I get out of Prime is free delivery, and I don't even get that anymore. Well, it's still free, but it's not
get free delivery.
It's just not 2 days.
That's true and a shame.
I mean, I really do, Amazon High. When this is all over, I really like a refund or an extension of like 5 months to my Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah, here's what I'm curious about with some of these things. Like some of them are doing it. So we signed up my daughter for volleyball, like right before all this went down, right? And we actually had to like write a formal letter to get the refund from volleyball. We're like, like it shouldn't have been that difficult. But like MLB.com, I got it last year, halfway through the year, to this huge sale. I get it just to watch the Astros, so I only pay for the one team thing, so it's $100 a year. It came around this time. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get it for the full year, whatever, the $100, fine. They haven't had a baseball game yet. So, I mean, do I just lose that money? I haven't looked into it. I should.
Yeah, no, but see, that's the problem. And it's not... Like, I get it. They're a company. They need to make money, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear it, okay? Here's the correct thing to do. Either just extend my subscription for free.
Sure.
Right? Just don't even say anything. Just automatically do it. Just be like, your thing renews at this point now instead of, whatever. Right? That's the correct thing to do if you don't want to lose the money. Right? The other thing you can do is just give the money back. Just hand it back to us. I know
what I would like for MLB.com specifically. I just want them to extend it through next season.
Right. That's really it.
That works.
Just extend it. That way you don't lose the money. I know that you're not going to get refunds, but you're also just sitting on the money right now, and we're not getting anything for it. Your servers aren't getting hounded. Nothing is happening. Right. Like, so, I understand that theoretically you're still losing money. But the entire world is losing money, except for a couple specific things we won't talk about.
You want to hear about a company that is doing this right?
What?
So I fly Alaska Airlines all the time, right? Because I travel a lot, which sometime soon I'm going to start traveling a lot again. And I was like one flight away from reaching gold status. But I was still the elite tier or whatever. And then I stopped flying, and I haven't really flown but like a couple flights this year. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm going to lose my status and have to restart from scratch. Because normally, if you reach whatever status you reach, you have it for the full next year. So January through December of the next year, you have it. And then, make your way back up again. Nope, they're extending it through the end of 2021. If nothing else, I get get free upgrades with free booze on my flights for at least another year and a half.
But that's the correct thing to do.
I know, but I'm excited, Dave.
They should all do it. You want to come out positive on the end of all this, guys? That's what you do. You don't make a bunch of ads saying you're saving everybody in these troubled times, like State Farm. My God, I hate State Farm ads. Speaking of the office ladies, but you know.
Yeah, I was not thrilled when they started doing those State Farm whatever things.
Yeah, the real deal. Please stop. I look. They got to make money. Get it? Okay.
Okay, Dave.
Hi, John. Your internet's coming back. Yay!
I didn't know it went away for a minute.
I mean, it it's fine.
Okay, Dave. We need to move over to something fun.
Okay.
I've got something fun for you, Dave. I was going through and I found some quizzes, and I found a quiz I was going to do initially, and I actually had Amy do the quiz, and I was going to compare your score to hers. And the quiz is like it was going to give you 30 actors, and you are actors or actresses, and you had to say whether they were in Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars. Now,
this sounds awful, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one because I found two other quizzes we need to do instead. Okay. One of them, and you can tell me which one you want to do first, which one's more important, right? This one I thought was really funny, and I'm going to leave it up here to do it later, but it's called Who Wrote It, Edgar Allan Poe or an Emo Band? And it's like lines from either an emo song or an Edgar Allan Poe like book or poem. I don't know. I guess poems. What he wrote.
You want to talk about Edgar Allan Poe for a moment?
Sure.
What's the
Raven?
It's a story with the guy in the house. I think he has an eye patch, something to do with like a beating heart, and he like puts people's hearts like in the floors or something. Oh, I don't
know. I haven't read a lot of Poe.
Telltale Heart? Question mark.
This sounds creepy as hell.
I think it's Telltale Heart. It's a short story. Anyway, in high school, John.
Okay.
Freshman year, I had very crappy video equipment, but one of the things I did on YouTube in the early days, it's one of the first like real things on my YouTube channel, was make a short film version of Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
And which then ended up getting my history English block class like this big grant, and we got like laptops for the whole class because they presented this video. It's not like just that, but like it was the teachers combined with like being like, this is what the students can do if you get them this equipment. So like for the next 2 years, this was like a experimental class where we combined history and English, and we needed to make like interactive versions of like presentations and stuff. Yet no one in the class wanted to do anything, but like I was like hand coding like 90s looking websites to present and making shitty videos and presenting them. Like this is what I did for 2 years in this class. Taking books and making short films. We did Macbeth. But it all started with that Edgar Allan Poe Telltale Heart. Okay, sorry. That just had to go off on that. It's really, really bad. And I'm not going to turn it off private on YouTube. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone.
That's too bad.
Maybe I'll send it to you as a private link, and then you can share it to everybody else.
Yeah, I will live stream it.
Okay.
Dave,
do you want to react to it? You want to do that as our first reaction?
Yes. Dave, can we have a segment that is like a quiz show? Can we make a quiz show segment where I'm the quiz host and you're the person taking the quizzes? Because I find too many good quizzes that are like legit now that I have some better spots besides BuzzFeed to go to.
I mean, these got to be good quizzes, but sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got two quizzes for you today.
Hold on. There also has to be prizes. I need to win things.
Oh God. Okay. I'll have to figure that part out.
You need to start buying Humble bundles and giving me Steam codes or something.
Do you have a computer that can play Steam games?
No. I just wanted. You could give them to me live on the air. Like you could give me the codes, and then like whoever goes and claims them first gets them actually.
Okay,
but
we'll
we
see
only
about this.
we only get the codes if I get the questions right.
Sure. And you know what? I really should do that Humble Bundle monthly thing because it's really not that expensive. It helps good things. And if we could find a way to give away those Steam codes and if anyone would actually want them, then maybe that would be something just fun.
We could find a way to give those away.
Okay. Are you ready, Dave?
Yeah.
This quiz is called, is it a Pokemon or a foreign currency? So you have to determine, is it a Pokemon or is it money that they use somewhere else?
Oh God, see, this is bad. I play a
Dave,
lot.
You are the Pokemon person.
I play a lot of Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
but you can ask Rachel this, right? Which is really funny because I played Pokemon for basically my entire life, right?
Yeah.
But once we get out of like 2nd gen Pokemon, which we're on 8th gen Pokemon people, right? Once we get out of 2nd gen, I don't know any of the Pokemon's names. Like I'm just like every other old guy on the internet, and I just like make up stupid names for them, or just say them wrong. Or
and that right there is gonna be my problem. Is can I pronounce these properly? Because if I don't, it still goes against you.
I also feel like there's not that many currencies.
You know how many different countries there are, and how many countries use their own currency?
I realize
most countries use their own currency.
I realize there's lots of countries. I realize there's lots of countries I've never heard of, but the ones that are like really small like that, like I just want to imagine they use some other country's currency, or they like.
Most of the time, they're going to have their own currency.
That or they're so small they don't even have currency. Like that's how my brain
they
works.
just trade in what, sticks and leaves?
Yes,
I mean, what is wrong with you?
You know, rocks, goats. Usually goats. I feel like goats is my go-to currency. Goats and chickens.
Yeah, I think you know what? I guarantee there are places you can still buy things with goats and chickens.
I'm sure I could go pretty south in Ohio. I probably could still buy things with goats and chickens.
Dave, I heard a song recently. And it's talking about how great the West Coast is and all this stuff. And the whole song is literally about leaving Ohio and how badly they want to leave Ohio. It's a great song.
Can I tell you something about everybody who leaves Ohio? And this is the thing: if you live, they always come back. They always come back.
That's so weird.
And it's if you live here, you know it's true. There's these people who are so gun ho to leave. They leave and they come back. Like sometimes it's a couple years. Like, don't get me wrong, they leave, and they're just like, I couldn't leave. Like, they had to come back.
There's a guy I used to work with who now lives south of Houston still, and he's from Ohio, and I don't think he ever plans on going back.
Okay, well.
He's an older guy, too.
Well.
Okay, here we go, Dave. Pokemon or foreign currency? Kuna.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
You have to answer at somewhat of a decent clip.
That's got to be a currency.
It is. It's used in Croatia.
Okay.
Grookey.
That's a Pokemon.
That is a Pokemon. It appears in the upcoming game, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah,
this quiz is a little bit old. Arbok.
Also a Pokemon. It's Cobra backwards.
It is, which is funny, and it's also in the original 150.
Yeah, too easy. Get
Taka.
good. Taka. Oh, this is one of those dumb Pokemon. This is a dumb Pokemon.
Nope, it's the official currency of Bangladesh. Drampa. Or Drampa, I'm not sure.
Your correction pronunciation says Pokemon to me.
It is a Pokemon. It was introduced in Sun and Moon. It's actually kind of cool. It kind of looks like the dragon from Pete's Dragon.
If you had continued to say it wrong, I would have said currency.
Oh, okay. Rupee.
That's the currency in Zelda.
It's also the currency in India. Spelled different too, I believe.
It is spelled differently. I'm aware of that. It's fine. That's good.
Ringgit.
Oh God. That could go either way.
Quiz.
That could go either way. I want to say it's a currency because I don't know that Pokemon. Like it's not a name I've ever heard.
It is a currency. Of Malaysia. Dave, can we have a segment called It Can Go Either Way? Or I Can Go Either Way? Something like that?
No, it has to be It Can Go Either Way.
Okay, write that down, Dave. Dave, write that down.
Okay,
I don't know what that show is going to be, but I think it's I don't know if that is the title, but it's at least a lead in to figuring out the right title for something.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I am almost ready.
Okay, Dave.
Writing it down. Also, that's the episode title of this episode. It Can Go Either Way.
I like that. Okay, Sentret.
That's Pokemon. That's a second gen Pokemon. It's a stupid little like squirrel looking.
Yeah, with
beaver.
almost like it's almost like a squirrel with like a raccoon tail.
Yeah.
Gold and silver. All right, Paris.
Also first gen Pokemon. Hey, Quiz. You want to step up your game? You definitely want to not use really recognizable Pokemon like Sentret.
Hatika.
Sorry, hold on.
Hatika.
That's a currency.
From Macau. Currency from Macau. Numel.
Oh, that could go either way. I'm sorry, what is it?
Numel.
It's gotta be.
As always, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing these things correctly.
It's got to be a currency.
It is a Pokemon introduced in Generation 3. I don't know what it is. I'm looking at it and I literally cannot tell you. It might be part camel.
Because Pokemon after Gen 2 gets really stupid.
A Rarey.
Okay, let me clarify
or
something.
Let
me clarify something to Pokemon fans.
Okay.
Everybody has their own favorite Pokemon generation. I realize there's a bunch of people who were born in the year 2004 who like third gen Pokemon. Okay. But the reality is Pokemon fell off there in the middle for like 3 generations of crap Pokemon. And that's one of them. This is a currency gen.
Yes, it is. Excuse me. I gotta get back to my quiz. I started doing something on a different page because I had a good idea.
I bored John so much he went to a different page, guys.
It's a currency of Madagascar. No, I had a really good idea. So this is the last one. Is I don't know how to pronounce this. Gordy, Gourde, Gordy. Apparently, I bored Dave. So
sounds like a stupid Pokemon.
It's the currency of Haiti. So, Dave, I would love to tell you how well you did, but this is one of those ones where you just like click it and it turns it over and tells you the answer. Like it doesn't keep track. You actually did pretty well, although I got a few good laughs out of that, which made me happy.
You also put 4 first and second gen Pokemon in there at least. That made it too easy.
Yes.
I realized you didn't make this quiz. I meant the website.
No.
I just want to throw shade at whatever this website is.
Dave, do you want to do one more quiz?
If it's the one where I have to determine what
No. This is the ultimate retro Nintendo Entertainment System trivia quiz.
Only so that people in our audience who know this way better than I do can get a laugh out of it.
Okay.
Because I don't know when this shit happened or what's important. Like I'm born in 92. I got an NES secondhand. The only history I know is stuff that I've heard people talk about. And that's not a reliable source. Okay.
So guys, if you're listening to this and you enjoy these quizzes, and some of them are obviously better than others.
I had an idea, John. I had an idea.
Dave's reactions are obviously better in certain ones than others. Send me a quiz. Please not BuzzFeed. I found a lot of great ones on mental floss. If you find one on mental floss that you really think would be a quiz that would be really funny to give to Dave, send it to me. Let me know because I love doing these quizzes. And here we're gonna go. We're gonna go with the ultimate retro Nintendo Entertainment System trivia quiz. Let's see if you can do better than Dave. Yes, Dave.
I have to run a segment idea by you. Idea.
Okay. What's this segment?
You go on the internet.
Okay.
And you find a fact, or you make something up, completely make it up, and we call it not a reliable source. And I have to determine whether what you're telling me is true or not.
Okay, but could we do that? Okay, here's the hard part about this, Dave.
Mm-hmm. This is why it's one of our 25 whatever segments, because when it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's the two options.
Yeah. Funny or not, who knows?
Yeah, will this work? Who knows? Okay, here's the problem: is trying to find a fact from a site. And then basically we're trying to determine how reliable that site is, right? So I'd have to find these different sites. The other option would be like look up things in Urban Dictionary and like read you the Urban Dictionary like write up, and you tell me like what the term is.
I mean, that's a whole nother segment. If
Yes.
you pull random terms, then I have to determine what they are.
I want to see. Can I do random on Urban Dictionary?
Probably.
Okay, you ready? No, that's not a good one.
No, let's not test this right now. But this,
No. Hold on. I will give you a quick test. A quick test of this Urban Dictionary.
okay.
Everything in Urban Dictionary, to my knowledge, well, a lot of things in Urban Dictionary are real things, right?
I mean,
like granted, there are some bizarre sex moves in there too, but
they have origins in things that exist. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason that somebody entered it into there.
so here is the Urban Dictionary for this one term, and this is not a weird one, and this is a real thing, but this is their dictionary version of it. A state where it takes an hour to get from the beach to the snow-capped mountains.
State of cap. What I'm supposed to guess the term?
The word was California. That was their definition.
Yep,
Of,
we just tested that idea. Guess what, John? It wasn't funny. Who knew?
Okay. If I gave this one, I would love to do this one here because it gives 5 examples.
Okay.
And then from the 5 examples, you'd be like, okay, what one word could you describe with all these different things? But it's a bit on the dirty side.
Oh, okay.
For right now. Okay, let's do this. This Urban Dictionary thing is going to be I don't know. We got to call it like Urbanizing Dave or
Urban Dave.
Urban Dave. Okay, are you ready for this quiz? We're gonna do one last quiz, and then we'll probably take us towards the end of the show.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
What year? And multiple choice, so I give you choices.
Okay.
What year was the Nintendo Entertainment System released in North America?
Okay.
You want your choices?
You want me to throw out a number and tell me if it's on there?
Yeah.
1986.
Okay, so that is not on there, but there's 1975,
No.
1985, 1989, and 2014.
85.
Okay, good.
Okay. Look, I knew something, everybody. Dave knows things. Or not.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay. The included light gun for the game Duck Hunt was called the Widowmaker, the Peacekeeper, the Zapper, or the Duck Stopper.
I like the other names better. It's the Zapper.
Can you imagine if Nintendo released an accessory called the Widowmaker? I mean, they have one that could be called like the Divorce Maker, maybe, because you don't ever want to pay attention to your spouse. But okay, the NES, which God, I hate calling it NES. I always call it the Nintendo. The original is always the Nintendo to me, but apparently you can't do that anymore.
I don't like calling it the Super NES either.
No, or the SNES. The SNES is stupid. No, it is a Super Nintendo. That will never change.
I don't like the SNES. I don't like saying it, but I understand that one. The Super NES drives me up a wall.
Super Nintendo is the only proper way to pronounce that. By the way,
it's Super Nintendo. I understand the NES, right?
Yeah, I don't like it though. I like it the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64. That is how it's supposed to be said.
I don't call it the NES though. I call it the NES.
Yeah. So the NES was originally packaged with a robot that could assist players in certain games. What was the name of the robot? Before I give you the,
I do know. I want the choices though because they'll be good.
Not really. Bob, Rob, Knob, or Eric.
Eric's a pretty good one. It's Rob. It's Rob the robot, and oh God.
You talking about the game that it came with?
No, I want to see if I can remember what it stood for.
Oh, I have no.
Oh,
idea.
I can't remember. Robotic operating buddy.
I want. So there's a couple things I really badly want for my room.
It can't be robotic operating buddy.
It could be. But I really want to rob the robot. I don't care if it worked, but I want one to put on top of the shelf over here. Okay. The character of Mario in Super Mario Brothers was named after Mario Siegel. He was Nintendo America's chairman, landlord, chief programmer, janitor.
Hold on. I'm sorry, John. I wasn't listening to the question at all because I typed in Rob to Google because I wanted to know what it stood for. And let me tell you, I typed it into the top bar because that's what I do because I'm lazy. and it
Sure. That's what I do.
it redirected me to rob.com, which then
Oh God,
which
what is rob.com?
which then redirected me to Robex.
What is Robex?
It's like a smoothie place.
Okay. I was really hoping it would accidentally redirect you to like a real sex doll thing, but I guess not.
Okay, I'm sorry. Something about stuff.
The character of Mario in Super Mario Brothers was named after Mario Segal. I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, I guarantee you.
Segal,
he was
Segal?
He was Nintendo of America's what?
Plumber.
Chairman, landlord, chief programmer, janitor.
Oh God.
I knew this one.
It's got to be like lead programmer.
No, he was the landlord.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
So I put landlord on that. So you got credit for that because I knew it.
Okay.
The NES was originally released in Japan before coming to the United States. What was the name of the console in that country?
It's the Super Famicom.
Well,
sorry. It's the Famicom. It's the family computer.
So the options they gave you here though are the Game & Watch, the Game Boy, Video Vision, and the Famicom. Here's my question: in Japan, if you were to ask for it in Japanese, would you still say Famicom? Or is that or is that with the Englished up version of the Japanese name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hold on, I had a bit idea.
What are you gonna tell me?
No, I'm not. No, this one I'm gonna save. This is going in my back pocket.
Okay. Well, in your front pocket needs to be the answer to this question. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. What was the name of the unlicensed accessory for the NES, as well as other video game systems that allow players to cheat with extra lives and other shortcuts?
Oh,
the Game Master, the Game Genie, the Game Hacker, the Game Buster.
So growing up, the one we had was the Game Shark. That's the common one that everybody had around here. It's the game.
What was the difference between that? Like, when did the Game Shark come around? Because the Game Genie was the original.
Yeah, no, it's the answer to this question is the Game Genie. But, I think we got Game Shark at PS1 era.
Oh, was that like a memory card type thing in the PS1?
I believe the Game Shark was a disc. The way I remember it, could be wrong. It was a disc you'd put in the PlayStation. It would spin around. You'd pick the game that you were about to put in. You would take that out. Now the PS1 could store things in its RAM, like when you took a disc out. That's how Final Fantasy VII works. That's a perfect example. Why everybody knows this, right? And then you put the game in, and then it would have the cheat codes. That's the way I remember it working.
Okay, I never had one. I think I knew this one had a Game Shark, but
can I complain about the Game Shark? Because
I mean, it's way too late, but sure.
Yeah, because definitely everybody cares about this. It was really fun when it worked, right? But I'd say 95% of the time, it never did anything.
Oh, if you had the book with the codes, it should have done something.
I had the book with the codes. There were plenty of games where there were no codes to do anything.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I
don't know. I never had a Game Shark. I had a Game.
It's the way I remember it. Everybody could message me if I'm wrong, but if you send me a thing that's like, no, you could do rainbow gravity ramps in Tony Hawk, and be like, yeah, I know you could do that, but like you can't do like anything in this game. Okay, sorry.
Okay. I like that. I like that rant. That was a good rant. Which video game was placed on the cover of the first issue of Nintendo's official magazine, Nintendo Power, in 1988? Bubble Bobble, Kirby's Adventure, Super Mario Brothers 2, or Double Dragon? I have a guess. I don't actually know this answer.
The underwhelming version would be Double Dragon.
See, I think it might be Super Mario Brothers 2. I'm going to click Double Dragon for you. You were wrong. It was Super Mario Brothers 2.
Okay. I was going to say it's Bubble Bobble, but clearly I would have been wrong.
Yeah. I'm loving these pictures that come with each of these. Like, it's really funny little Nintendo toys. Name the designer of the Mario games. He was also behind the Legend of Zelda series. You should know this one.
I'll know when I hear the names. These
Shigeru Miyamoto,
Uh-huh.
Howard Phillips,
No.
Al Lowe,
No.
or Steve Jobs. There is only one Japanese name
In the whole list.
entire list.
See, you should have thrown in like the current Zelda director, like the other Nintendo names, and I might have been lost. Like, wait a second, but no. Shigeru Miyamoto.
Okay. The famous Konami code allows players unlimited lives in Contra and other Konami games. What was the code?
Oh, I don't know the code. This is.
Dave,
I'm gonna throw my
nerd
card right now. It's like up, down,
Dave,
something.
It's up, down, left, right, BA, select, start. And that's if you want to do 2 players, do the select, start. Otherwise, you leave the select out of there. Know the code, Dave. Now, do you know the story behind the code?
We talked about it on the button discussion.
Oh, we had to, didn't you?
Yeah, and it's this thing that I know that everybody knows, but it's not one that I entered in a million times. You give me like a Guitar Hero guitar in my hand, I could probably tell you like the cheat code for hyperspeed. Like I probably could do that. I also know the cheat code really well for lefty flip because Jeff was left-handed. Although Jeff learned how to play Guitar Hero right-handed because we didn't know there was the left option. But there was a quick command to switch it. Anyway, but then he never learned how to play left-handed, so it's pretty funny. But
okay. Which of these 4 games came out first? Mega Man, Metroid, Battletoads, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Speaking of which, Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, finally have a copy of that.
That game sucks.
I got a cheap copy. Yeah, I know, but I did not have. That's the only one I was missing.
You know what I got?
The only Zelda game I was missing.
You know what I got a copy of today? Off
What's
eBay
that?
that'll be here soon.
What's that?
Pokemon Puzzle League.
Oh, that's funny.
I already forgot the question, John.
Yeah, it's which came first. I don't know. You're not going to know. It turns out I guessed correctly. It's Metroid.
That's a good guess. John's smarter than me already.
Yeah. The sad part is we're kind of getting long in the show, and this quiz is not as funny as I was hoping it'd be. What is the name of the Nintendo telephone hotline? The play line, Nintendo dial, the power line, or the reset line? I have a guess here.
It's called the power line.
It has to be, right?
It has to be.
I didn't know that, but yeah, that's it.
That's a stupid name, though. Let me call the power.
Here's an easy one.
Now, wait, did it show up on your phone bill as like the power line? So like it could be like the electric company. You could lie to your parents.
I don't think so. I never called it. I never knew the number for it.
No, I didn't either.
We're
not old enough.
No, I was.
John, I was just throwing shade at funny people who've called them. I know they've called them.
Oh,
like the oldens in this world that we talk to. There's like 6 of those people who listen to the show. Be like, I called them all the time. I'd be like, what? Oh, well, go ahead, John. I'll just let you go. There was 2 things I wanted to talk about tonight, but it's fine. I'll save them.
I mean, we can cut this. We can cut this right here.
Okay. John, I got Zelda Link's Awakening for Switch.
The new one?
The new one. Uh-huh.
Oh, it's so good.
It's very pretty. I suck at 2D Zelda. Like, I suck hardcore at it. Like, I don't understand it.
Seriously?
I don't have any, like, rooted 2D Zelda, like, memory, like, muscle memory. And, like, I feel like I should know things that it's not telling me. And yet, I'm not getting anywhere because I don't know things.
So Link's Awakening, dude. Like, when you play it, so I played it a few years ago, and then I played it when it came out again. Mm-hmm. And I played it a few years ago. It was whatever the second release of it was, slightly better with color and all that stuff, DI or DX or whatever it was, XDI, I don't know, whatever it's called. And I ended up having to look some stuff up because there's some parts of it that I was just so confused about. But it was never the dungeons. The dungeons, I love the dungeons, and that's something I've always loved about almost every Zelda game. Even the Zelda games that are like not great, the dungeons are always good.
I only got to boot it up for a little bit.
It's so good, man.
Okay, so I went north and went and got my sword.
Good.
Up the beach, and then I went into this forest, and I go to this forest, and I start going to these like log
God,
caves.
that fourth part.
Is it bad? Am I crazy?
No, it's not bad. It is the problem with that game is that there are things you need to do that are a bit convoluted that are like, I don't know if I ever would have thought about that. So the key is you need to talk to a bunch of people and like key in on little things they say. I'll talk to you after the show and kind of give you a little hint.
Okay.
But like you're trying to find something and you talk to a guy and he like switches everything around every time you talk to him, right? Or something like that. You're trying to find something. There's an owl that you can always kind of go back to in like the map or something like that and see what he has said in these different locations. That's very helpful.
I mean, he told me to go. He told me to go find a key in here, and then I go through a cave, and then I get into a room where all the floors are falling, and I have to learn how to like get through those floors to get to the chest, which I figured out. And then I go to the next room, and then there's like a bunch of rocks that I can only push certain ways. And there's a bunch of skulls that but I go up to those skulls and like I can't move them. It's like these are too heavy to lift with my bare hands, and like maybe I'm just stupid and don't realize that I'm gonna get an item later. Like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like,
that's kind of what I thought.
Your character will kind of upgrade as you go and get past certain places.
Well, right, but so why is that literally the second little puzzle room that I end up in the entire game?
I'll talk to you about it a little bit off the air I'm uploading this stuff.
I'm not wrong. That's
no, it is. There are definitely parts of that game, more so than some of the other ones, that feel a bit convoluted and like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
Okay, good. I'm not crazy. It's really cute. It is maybe
it's a great game.
It's the cutest game I think I've ever played in my entire life.
I mean, cuter than Pokemon or cuter than Animal Crossing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, Dave, we are going a bit long today.
I don't
We're
care.
both probably exhausted.
This is my own freaking show, John. We could do whatever we want.
That's true. It could also call the show Dave and John Do Whatever the Hell They Want.
Yeah.
But
I had 3 more things I wanted to talk about tonight, but John gave me stupid quizzes. So it's fine. This has been the Forgetting Cool podcast.
Hold on a second. I asked you many times what you had, and you like never said any of it. You never told me you had. I asked you before we recorded. It's like, Dave, do you got anything you want to talk about today? Oh, no.
I did not say. I said I had a couple things. I'm cataloging my entire game collection. Why?
Why?
Because I want to work on it. Like I want to functionally like make a list of the things I want and the things I have and the things to look for and what they're worth. So I have this app that'll give me a full list of everything I have once I scan them all in. And then
wait, do you have this app?
Yeah, I have this app.
Can you send me the app?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah, and so you can scan everything in, and it'll tell you what stuff's worth, and you can make a wish list of things you want, and it'll tell you what it's worth based on like eBay and like price charting and all that stuff. So you can like look at your wish list and then look at it and then click on the eBay thing. It'll take you to the eBay results. At the same time as you could also like look at that list in the store and know what you're like looking at and whether it's worth what the store is selling it for and all sorts of stuff. So this is my goal. I
definitely need this app.
I'm working on my N64 and my GameCube collections in particular.
Sure, solid.
But I'm gonna scan in every system and every game I have. And you can scan in all your amiibos and all your consoles and everything.
Awesome.
Yes, John.
Okay, Dave.
I also reached out to the developer, and I'm trying to schedule an interview with him.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it. Anyway, John.
Okay.
This has been the Forgetting Cool podcast for May 22nd, 2020. I think that's the date for this episode. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this podcast, you can follow the show at Forget Being Cool. You can follow John at Johnny_Casino, me, and tell you Dave. And if you want to help out the show, the one thing I ask of you, for the love of God, go to the Forget Being Cool YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. I know everybody says it. I don't need you to ring the bell. I don't care. I don't want to notify your phone that John and I uploaded a stupid video. That's not my goal. I just want to hit 50 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos today of these like lower end channels doing these unboxings and stuff, and I'm like, how does this video have 900 views and they have 43 subscribers? And how do we have like 47 subscribers and we never get any views? It's because we don't do any work, and I don't put in all the tags, and our show isn't relevant. And neither is this toy that John's about to play a commercial for. Bye, guys.
apparently this was like the intro to this
I'm here
channel.
live with the new Pokemon trading card game champion. Congratulations on the victory.
Thanks. I just gotta thank my Pokemon. I couldn't have done it without him.
Let's go to the telestrator. Here, Brown attacks with a vicious Beedrill. What went through your mind?
When I saw that, I knew I could school it with my Charizard.
Oh, again on Rishcan. Wow, you got game.
Yeah, it sure helps having a fire breather on your side.
The official Pokemon trading card game. It's hand-to-hand combat.
Was that really the tagline? It's a hand-to-hand combat? And it was like an adult with like a child voice? This is a thing I was sold on in 1998?